2012, it's the year of dragon. Exactly 12 years ago, I'm sitting in front of a TV back home in Baku, Azerbaijan. I'm sure half of you have no idea where that is, by the way. F1, they have Baku circuit. So back then they didn't have F1 and not a lot of people knew where Azerbaijan was. So I'm watching TV and I'm thinking, you know when you watch TV but you don't really watch it and you have like a gazillion thoughts in your head? I was thinking, what am I doing here? Is this what I'm meant to do? Am I born for this? And look, back then I was working for the only international advertising agency in Azerbaijan, McKen Erickson, working on the best account anyone has probably wished to work on, Coca-Cola. I was doing Fanta. Fanta Fridays are the best Fridays. They still keep me awake. And Sprite. So I'm thinking, wow, is this what I'm born to do? All we did was localization and adaptation. Means there was absolutely zero original work. Everything was adapted from Turkey or Russia, and we had very little say in anything creative. So again, I'm thinking, is this what I'm meant to do? Look, am I in the right place? I've lived in the UK, I've studied in the US, I've just moved back home from the Middle East. Is this the right place? What and where have I not been yet? And I'm thinking, okay, Africa, I'm not going to go there for sure. I'm thinking, wow, Asia, I've never been to anywhere in Asia further than Kazakhstan. This is the best place ever in Asia, by the way, still. And when you think of Asia, funny, you think of China. I mean, at least in Azerbaijan, that's what we thought of. And I'm thinking, China, I don't speak Mandarin, Beijing, Shanghai, why not? And you know, again, you look at what you're watching and you wake up for a second, and there was an architect show. And you know what they were showing? Marina Bay Sands. So I was watching how Marina Bay Sands was being built in Singapore. What a case study. The first thing I do in the morning, as soon as I enter the office, I walk into our CEO's office. He gets to work at around 11 o'clock. That's when all the CEOs come to work in Azerbaijan. I'm saying, Giray, that's his name. Giray, I am moving to Asia. And he said, China? And I said, no, not China. Singapore, you look, he was not surprised because I moved to advertising after working at the United Nations. So he's like, okay, Singapore, but I don't have any contacts in Singapore, Madina. He knew I'm going to make it his job to find me a next job. And he did find an email address from some global con call. There was no Zoom back then. It was all email and phone. And he's like, Madina, okay, look, this is the person I know, so email her, say, look, you've been on a call with Giray. So I did. I emailed the lady, and I told her I'm coming to Singapore next week. Please, if I can get some time with you to sit for an interview. The good thing was that there was an opportunity to cover her maternity leave. She was heavily pregnant, thank God, and she was going on maternity leave. She probably knew that I'm planning my visit to Singapore. I fly into Singapore, and look, the energy was electric. I step on Orchard Road. It's my first time in Singapore. You can hear those fake birds singing. McDonald House, that's where they still are, by the way. I woke up. I sit for an interview with her, and she's a lovely lady. And she's like, Madina, look, this is what you're tasked for, and it's the coverage for maternity leave, so it's 3 months, and if the financial year gets budget approved for next year, so you can stay. And I've asked, do you have any global accounts? She said, no, we don't, this is what we do. So I walk out and thinking, this is not what I'm coming here to do. I'm determined, global account in Asia. So I Googled. There were only 2 agencies in Singapore that had a global account. DDB with some FMCG account, and then Beatty. Beatty is a local agency that, you know, obviously did Singapore Airlines. They're the coolest local agency that ever existed. It doesn't exist anymore. They went bankrupt. So I look at what accounts they have. Beatty had Qatar Airways. So look, I've emailed DDB and I've emailed Beatty. Beatty had only one email address on their website, which when you open looks like they've actually made this website in 2001, which probably was a fact. So there was only one email address at Beatty. It was raju@beatty.com.sg. I've emailed DDB. They came back and offered, said, look, we've got an opportunity for a copywriter's job. I'm not a copywriter, I'm account management. I can't do creative, so I reject that one. Beatty does not reply. So I'm really frustrated. I email Raju. I do a bit of research and I realize that Beatty was acquired by Grey Group, WPP. And Raju turns out to be the CEO of Grey Group. So I'm determined to get Raju's attention to me. I call Grey Group literally every day, and Susanna, his PA, wouldn't let me through. After my continuous calling, I've realized that one of the times the call was diverted to reception. The receptionist, Latifa, lovely lady, she tells me, look, Madina, Susanna went for her afternoon prayers. I realized this is exactly when I will be calling Raju. So that's exactly what happened. I fly back to Azerbaijan, I call Raju, and during the prayer time, a gentleman picks up the phone. Hello, Raju? I say, he says, yeah, who's this? And I'm like, this is Madina. Look, I've been emailing you the whole time. He's like, which email address? Tell him Beatty. He's like, no, email the gray one. So emailed the gray one. And I told him, Raju, can I please tell Susanna that you are looking forward to meeting me? Please, if possible, if this is an opportunity. And he's like, look, yeah, go ahead. So I've got in contact with Susanna, said, Susanna, please, Raju said it's okay for me to come and see him. She said, give Monday, 9 a.m. It was a Thursday. I fly into Singapore. On a Monday, 9 a.m., I decided to take the MRT to work. I've never done that after. After that, I never took the MRT to work. I took the cab. I sit down with Raju, and it was instant connection. We connected instantly, and he offers me an internship. I tell him, no, man, we can't do internship. He said, since you've never handled a global account, I'll allow you to be a senior account executive. This is a level lower than account manager. I say, I take it. And he asked me one question that I've never been asked till date by any employer. He said, what can I do for you? And I said, you know what? Why am I here? I'm here to be the most awarded suit in Singapore. I want to work on a global account, and my name needs to be on all of the awards. And 2 years after, I was the most awarded suit in Singapore. So my story to you guys, Year of Dragon, be careful for your wishes. This is what sets you for a whole 12 years after that. I love what I do, and I'm still in advertising. I've not moved since then. Singapore, thank you very much.